What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with more Real Madrid career mode. This is episode 29, I believe, of the series. Let me double check. It doesn't say. I think it's 29 or 30 of the series, and we're kicking things off with some La Liga action. We're facing off against one of the strongest sides in the La Liga. La Liga means league, so I don't have to say La Liga league, right? It just makes sense. But we're facing off against one of the better teams in the league, Real Betis. They have a strong squad, but we are coming into this game on some fantastic form, some phenomenal form, some sensational form, some indubious form, you know, impeccable form, impenetrable form. We coming off the back of a massive victory in the last episode. 7-1 win against Leganes, which is our biggest win of the save to this point. Really good goals scored as well. We absolutely tore Leganes a new one. One real mistake within the game which gave away the goal. And other than that, putting a little blemish on an otherwise flawless performance. And coming back out trying to continue that form. But obviously we have a much tougher task ahead of us, having to face off against Real Betis away from home as well. But of course, we are on the form and we do have the quality to come out with another victory. But Real Betis came straight at us, brilliantly defended right there from Militars. They came real close to being able to get in our box, but Vinicius Jr. is showing the electrifying form that he started this season with, because he has taken that ball so far, gone around down the outside, showing the Vinicius is just his pace, the pace. Some nice dribbling, close control to take the ball outside. I mean, the ball was won back by Militar within, I believe, 2 passes. The ball found its way to Vinicius Jr. and he had a lot to do. He still had a lot to do, and he actually came out and he made it look easy, to be completely honest. I mean, you look at that goal, it looked real easy. I'm not going to lie. The finish, manual settings, the finish is the only thing that didn't look easy. I mean, we kind of still made the finish look easy, but yeah, I told you, I'm getting better at this. 5 goals in 10 games for Vinicius Jr. and it really didn't take us long to take the lead in this game. But the thing is, Betis are still always a threat, and it was Ademola Lookman who's spending his time in Spain right now firing Betis level with an absolutely fantastic finish. Like, I mean, we're talking about Vinny's finish. Look at that one from Ademola Lookman. We all know the quality that this kid has. It's just a matter of him finding somewhere where he could settle in and really find consistency. And he took one touch to get the ball out of his feet. And absolutely, I mean, that's the type, with the form Courtois has been on in this save, that's the type of finish you need to beat him. That is absolutely flawless, a flawless shot, like amazing. Even Kimpembe in front of him has gone in between his legs and managed to find his way into the back of the net. But they created another chance, and this time William Carvalho tried to replicate the finish, but unfortunately for him, his shot crashed off of the crossbar, and it was really a game of few chances in this one. As you can see, it ended 1-1. Only a couple, I mean, 2 goals and a shot that hit the crossbar is really all we have to show for this game. And it was a difficult one. Like I said, despite the form that we were on coming into this game, Real Betis are always going to be a tough side to beat, especially away from home. So, I mean, with the form that we've been on, the way we've been picking up results, a couple drop points in this one is not the end of the world. We could pick ourselves back up and get right back to action. But here we are back in Champions League action, turning our attention to the Dutch side, PSV Eindhoven, for a second time, and hoping that we could come out here with all 3 points. We currently, how are we sitting right now? We drew with Juve. Hopefully they show us the table, because I honestly can't remember. I honestly can't remember how many points we're on or what we're sitting on, but maybe I slid it in there, so maybe we'll get updated. But a few changes. Guendouzi came in, Pedro Neto, Jovic, and Hazard came in. By looking at this lineup, I mean, it's still a pretty strong lineup, but especially with the front 3, a couple changes makes me think that we're comfortable in the Champions League, comfortable looking towards qualifying. Especially, I mean, if we get a result from this game, then we could comfortably say that we're on our way to qualifying for the knockout stages of the Champions League. Because I mean, Jovic with Neto. I mean, Neto and Hazard. I mean, they're kind of rotational players, so playing them doesn't necessarily mean weak inside as much. I mean, Hazard starts a lot of the time, but Jovic up top. I mean, maybe Benzema was a little bit down with the stamina. But let's just assume we came into this game really needing the 3 points. I mean, we come into every game trying to look for the 3 points, but a brilliant little run from Pedro Neto. We're talking about the two guys who came into the squad. Talk about 20 minutes into the game, they both making an impact and letting it be known why they are starting this game, because Pedro Neto with some nice feet and eventually playing a damn near perfect ball into Luka Jovic, and the finish was, there was no mistake made. And this is what, when we play at home, when we get into these type of opportunities, you could damn near put your money that the back of the net is going to be found, because we have the assisted on. I can feel nice and comfortable letting a shot rip. The thing about playing on manual, as much as obviously it just being harder, is I have to, I don't know really how to explain it, but I have to just in general take my time more setting up a shot, because I have to be a lot more precise. Whereas when I'm playing on assisted, I can let it rip without even thinking about it half the time. But with that one right there, you can see what I'm talking about. And we got another chance right there as Luka Modric, captain inside today, made a nice late run into the box. And he's been doing that a lot more this season, just generally getting more involved in the final third of things. And Luka Modric, again, having a chance right there. But 66 minutes into the game, PSV created their first real chance of the game. And it was that man again. We talk about the battle of Vinny. This time our Vinny wasn't on the pitch, but their Vinny was still on the pitch, and he found the back of the net from a tight angle, beating Thibaut Courtois. Really well finished from Vinicius. And Thibaut Courtois almost got himself a hand to it. Maybe he should have got a hand to it, but maybe there was just too much shot power on it for him to stop that. But Eden Hazard coming down the left-hand side. Not too often he's played on the left in this save so far. And he found Pedro Neto fantastically. And only 6 minutes after being drawn level, we put ourselves back in the lead. Absolutely smashing cross from Eden Hazard. And we're talking about the progression of me improving with the manual settings. Look at that right there for a delivery into the box. That is absolutely perfect. And then Pedro Neto controls perfectly and finishes perfectly. He had Luka Jovic to his left as well, you could have tried to find, but went for it by himself. Finds the back of the net. Had Philip Max leaning and swerving and all sorts. But we had ourselves back into the lead and found a good time to make a couple changes. Guendouzi and Hazard coming off. Lucas Vasquez coming on right there. Didn't actually get to see who the other substitution was. But Vinicius again trying to make something happen. We see right there, Otavio is the one who came on for Guendouzi, while PSV came down the other side and forced yet another save out of Thibaut Courtois. Only 3 minutes of regular time remaining. One of the last chances for PSV to make something out of the game. And yet again in a Champions League fixture in Season 2, we have pretty much thrown it away in the last couple minutes. I mean, PSV take nothing away from them. They fought until the end. But defensively, we should have been tighter to everybody. And that's really, I mean, just no matter how good your defenders are in this game, you're going to have trouble in situations like that, because they just don't have that kind of common sense. And that's something that really, once they fix the common sense of AI in these games, because they have all the other stuff on point, but the common sense of AI to just get tight to your man sometimes, especially when they're in and around the box. When they're in and around the box, it seems like defenders have less of an inkling to actually get tight to their man. But PSV made the most out of that situation, found the back of the net, and got themselves an invaluable point in that one right there. Because, I mean, the group is tough for PSV, so they need to, I mean, obviously Salzburg is still in there. Salzburg are on, you know, they're obviously the least favorite, but I mean, between them and PSV, they're going to be battling for that Europa League spot most likely. So big point for PSV to grab at the end of the game right there. And we come into the third game of today's episode. We're playing off against Espanyol, obviously, neighbors and rivals of Barcelona. Espanyol have been having a terrible time so far in the save. So I mean, they've got some good players as well. They've got some players who can really make an impact on the game. Players like Sergio Dada. But, of course, they are no Real Madrid. But they got off on a good start right there as they forced a good save from range out of Thibaut Courtois, who bowled it out well. And Luka Modric playing a fantastic ball out to Hazard, who's got two players in the middle. It comes to Hazard. Come towards Benzema. Intercepted along the way by the defender, who gave it straight to Vinicius Jr. Absolutely terrible defensive error from the center back right there, as he obviously didn't just look to his left. I guess he had his eyes all on Benzema. He did actually look to his left. He did. It's crazy because he should have known. I guess he looked to the left maybe to see his teammate. And I guess he didn't see Vinicius because he decided to pass the ball to his teammate, and Vinicius was there to snap it up and fire into the back of the net. And again, long ball over the top, hopeful from Vinicius, and the defender out wide in left back. Absolutely, he's just not there. He's just not there. And two big mistakes from Espanyol defenders have them 2-0 down within 2 10-minute segments. I just wanted to keep up the whole 2 thing. I could have just said 20 minutes, but you know, 2 10 minutes is a little bit better. But there's no way you should be letting that ball bounce. It's a nice ball over the top from Vinicius, I guess. It's not the best. I mean, we've seen Modric and players like that, and Toni Kroos play better ones. Not the best ball. Should be dealt with, but I mean, they've let it fall to Eden Hazard, and he's tucked it away and put 2-0 up. And really, I mean, you could say it's out of sight, because with our defensive board, there's not many teams who are going to come back from 2-0 down, and it might actually be 3-0 down, and it is 3 goals, 3-0 up within 3 10-minute segments. I'm pushing it, yeah, right? I'm forcing it. Yeah, let me stop. That was forced. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this one. Benzema has just done brilliantly right there. At his age, 35 years old at the moment in this save, to have the pace and strength to hold off the defender, I mean, I feel like I shouldn't even be giving Benzema the credit. I feel like I should be looking at the defender and saying, God damn, like, what's up? But 35 minutes into the game and we are 3-0 up, and it's just all us in this. And Casemiro finds Vinny down the left-hand side, and the defender's just giving him too much space to make anything happen with. And it was a beautiful ball right on a plate for Eden Hazard, and Hazard could have made it 4 goals in 4 10-minute segments. But finally, their keeper has managed to make a save and keep something out of the back of the net. But from the resulting corner, Modric puts it into the box. It's headed by Benzema into the path of Presnel Kimpembe, who finally gets him. Well, I say finally, it's not been that long, but he gets himself his first Real Madrid goal, and we're cruising. What can you say? I mean, when Kimpembe starts getting into the goal scoring, you know, Espanyol, they're already hoping that the game is over. It wasn't I mean, they're just not defending well at all. It's not the best delivery in the box. They should be dealing with that. And then Kimpembe's pretty much all alone. The goalkeeper should be getting there. If defenders not, I mean, if goalkeeper's not getting there, the guy on the line should be doing something. They're just not defending well at all in this game. And when you're not defending well against a team of my quality, you're gonna have a tough time. We're into 60 minutes in, and again, it finds the back of the net. And again, it's not like, I mean, we're 5-0 up. We're 5-0 up. End of the last episode, we won 7-1. We're shooting, we're firing. I don't even know how to put it, but we're destroying teams right now. And despite being 5-0 up, I mean, we're not even playing that well in this game, at least. We ain't even playing that well. Espanyol are just not defending well. I mean, that's not, I mean, to let Benzema control the ball in that situation and have time to take touches into the box, it's unacceptable. And I mean, we're just making stuff happen now. Vinicius Jr., his electric form continues as he takes a shot from range, and that one is close, clipping the crossbar right there. I mean, I've scored a couple bangers on manual, but to have found the back of the net in that, wait, oh no, we're at home, right? I was excited. I thought we done that on manual, but I was assisted. It's all good. But we leave 5-0 winners. Brilliant result. You're seeing some good performances in there from Kimpembe, even a good one from Eduardo Moraes at left back. I mean, he's looking like one for the future. In the times that I've played Moraes, I honestly ain't felt like we're weakened at all in that left side. He's doing a job well. He's definitely one for the future because he's 18 years of age. 18? I think he's 17. 17 years. Unless, I can't remember. 17, 18 years of age. And he's about a 66 overall. So definitely got some potential. And he's doing the job right now when he does play. So more than satisfied with that one. But we are getting into the fourth gave you guys an extra game in today's episode of 4th. Let me know what you guys think. If we should do 3 games or 4 games. We usually used to doing 3 games an episode, but you know, I could probably fit a 4th game in most of these episodes. Maybe I'll do it by you know, on the fly. Like if I'm playing a game and there's not a lot of chances, then naturally that's going to be a shorter game, so then we have space to fit in a 4th. Maybe I'll start doing that and we'll see how it goes. But 4th and final game of today's episode, Athletic Bilbao, potentially the biggest challenge of today's episode. Obviously they're in and around there with Real Betis in that kind of area and that type of quality, but I do feel like maybe Athletic Bilbao do have just a bit more quality within their team all round. But we got a really good chance 5 minutes in, as we had a man open, freed up down that right hand side, and it was played across the box, and unfortunately I just misput that pass just a little bit, but we didn't do anything wrong with that one, as we played a beautiful through ball with Freddy Valverde into the path of Vinicius Jr. And Vinicius Jr. denied by the keeper. And Valverde, just a little mention to Valverde. Obviously, Toni Kroos has picked up this injury, and we're not missing him at all, if we're being completely honest, because Valverde has stepped in from the beginning of this season and has just been absolutely brilliant. Like, Valverde is so good in this game. So good. So we're not really missing Toni Kroos at all, but from that corner, a little bit of a mess inside the box. Bilbao didn't deal with that one well, but we're into the second half now, still 0-0. We've been creating all the chances. I've played Bilbao, not been doing much, and Modric plays a fantastic switch of play into Vinicius, who finds the man inside, and Valverde's shot is deflected. But I just love, look at go rewind that and watch how Modric just swept that ball out wide. He is so fun to play with, and we got a chance from the resulting corner. Benzema's header is denied by the keeper. Really should have been finding the back of the net from that one. And Bilbao got himself a chance early on, and Thibaut Courtois is able to come out, and the referee would have to look at him and ask him, is that not a foul? Because Bilbao had a man we had 2 men tussling in the middle, and if that wasn't happening, he would have definitely got to the ball at Iñaki Williams before Thibaut Courtois. So big chance, big opportunity that Atletico Bilbao have been denied from, and Kimpembe right there just being skipped past. Kimpembe's not been bad since we signed him, but a couple times already he's been skipped past a little bit too easily. And that one right there, we could have been really punished if Courtois wasn't in there to make that save, or if it was generally just a better finish in the end. Subs from both sides being made, as we're bringing on Bernardo Silva, and Athletic Bilbao making changes of their own. Eden Hazard is the man who makes way, so Silva will be playing down that right hand side. But Bilbao are now in the ascendancy as they come forward again. Brilliantly done by Militao, but it's found its way back to Roger, who goes around Militao. Fantastic block from Kimpembe, because that could have been it. And it ends 0-0, and we have to take just a point. So we've dropped more points in today's episode. I mean, probably close to the amount we've dropped this whole season. And that's, again, another one of those things that I look for. This save just seems to be working out damn near flawlessly, because everything I looked for in this save, as we take a look at the Champions League group. So 4 games in, and it's looking kind of as you would expect. We are top of the group, and we're looking good. But as I was saying, yeah, everything seems to be working out. Like I wanted it to be a save where, obviously, one of the problems with FIFA seems to be that sometimes the lower rated teams give you more trouble than the higher rated teams, and that is something in this save that I just haven't. That hasn't been the case in this save. It just ain't been the case. Like, playing the big teams has been difficult, and playing against the easier teams, as you saw in the last episode against Leganes, we absolutely steamrolled them. I mean, sometimes they give us a tough time, and that's not a problem at all. Like, that's not an issue, because, you know, anybody could beat anybody on any given day in football. But for the most part, the lower rated teams are generally the teams that we're kind of getting more goals, kind of cruising. A lot of the time when you watch us play against the lower rated teams, maybe 80% of the highlights are us, as you can see. So we're dominating the games, we're creating the most of the chances, but a lot of the time it's still not a walk in the park. You know, a lot of the times maybe it's a 1-0 win, a 2-1 win, or a 2-0 win, right? And we have to work for every chance created. When we're playing against Atletico, when we're playing against, as you saw, Bilbao, yeah, as well, Betis, Barcelona, obviously, that's when you see us have much tougher time. And obviously, even games like that, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we can even steamroll them, because again, anybody could beat anybody on any given day in football. It's very unpredictable, as everybody knows. So that's something that in this save I'm really enjoying. So, I mean, we're just gonna keep it going. I appreciate everybody for watching these videos. I hope you are still enjoying them. We're gonna keep them going because I'm loving this save. And yeah, like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, peace.